So this is a song about loss and change and courage to forgive, but for me it's a song about all those questions that you have when you're too afraid to go ahead and take that first step to start something new. So
It's a good New Year's song.
yeah.
Two, three, four.
It's time to move on, time to get going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing, but under my feet, well, the grass is growing. Time to move on, time to get going. Broken skyline, moving through the airport. She's a honest objector, conscience defector, now her own protector. Broken skyline, which way to love land? Which way to something better? Which way to forgiveness? Which way do I go? Time to move on, time to get going. What lies ahead? I have no way of knowing, but under my feet, well, there's grass growing. It's time to move on. It's time to get going. Sometime later, getting the words wrong, wasting the meaning and losing the rhyme. Lying there with adrenaline, breaking up a dogfight like a deer in the headlights, frozen in real time. I'm losing my mind. Time to move on, it's time to get going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing, but under my feet, well, the grass is growing. It's time to move on, time to get going.
Thank you, Scott and Karen. Welcome, everyone. I invite you to turn to the person next to you and greet them in their inherent worth and dignity. I'm Reverend Bob Renjilian, minister here at the Unitarian Universalist of Transylvania County. I'm so glad to see people who are visiting with us. It's good to have you here. I have a few announcements for us to get started. Let's see. One, you should have a slip of magic paper. Yeah, and anytime during the service, you go ahead and write on that, borrow a pencil from an usher or a pen or whatever from your neighbor, and write down what you want to leave behind in the old year. So you don't want it to continue into 2026. And we'll collect those later in the service. I have a few things about what's going on. Let's see. Tomorrow, the NAACP has invited us, especially with the Venezuelan situation that's going on. Invited everybody to please join us this Monday at 4 p.m. at the courthouse in Brevard as we stand for justice, equality, and freedom. And I'm sure we've got candles to be lit on that subject as well. The Dinner Anywhere raffle party drawing will be here at UUTC on January 7th. That is Wednesday. This Wednesday, 5:30 to 7. There will be booths from around the world, so you can come and you can enjoy. We'll do the drawing. You need not be present to win, but it's always more fun. This is the very last Sunday you can get some tickets. I'm glad to say that we don't have to return anybody's tickets and money because we did get over 500 tickets. Woo! Our first Unitarian Universalist Transylvania County membership class is starting out. This first session next Sunday, Sunday, January 11th, is optional for those who are seeking membership. It's more called Starting Point, more about learning what is Unitarian Universalism, a little bit about us and the history. The second class, which will be on February 8th, is Turning Point, and that class is the recommended class. There is a bylaws requirement that you get oriented. So if you're interested in membership, whether you want to sign the book this early or not, but you want to learn about it, please do come. Lunch is going to be provided midway through both sessions. Whether you take one or both sessions, we would like to know you're coming because we want to provide enough food for the lunch. I know we have 8 signed up for next Sunday's session so far, so that's a nice, good group to get going. The NAACP also asked us to save the date, the Dr. King Day activities on Monday, January 19th, 4:30, gathering at the courthouse, 5 p.m., begin to march to Bethel A Baptist Church. 6:30 p.m., they'll have the Martin Luther King Day program with speakers, community choir, and performance there at Bethel A Baptist Church. Those aren't all the things that are going on, but just to start you out in the next 14 days of what's going on. Yeah, I did say that. But we're going to light a candle too. No, that's good. That's good. Anything else? No. Okay. Then we'll roll right into a chalice lighting.
Good morning. I'm Jackie Fricks. I'm your worship associate this morning. And our chalice lighting is words from Mary Sheldon. She's a second-generation Unitarian Universalist, and she's a religious educator and a spiritual director. She lives near Chicago with her partner, Marge. Opening words, let's read in unison. We cannot know what all the year may bring, and would we heed the prophecy if we could? Bright flame, awake, send forth your shining light beyond this year into the many coming. Show us the ways of love and help and care, of justice, mercy, and equality. Illuminate unto the generations, show to the world a beacon of safe harbor. Help us find the kind of good work. Help us make it so.
Sorrows that have been submitted electronically through the week or at the notes that are here at the table. I will read from each of these. One that was sent in electronically, Terry and Mark Horwitz say they are on the Monks for Peace walk from Texas to D.C. And so we light a candle for their peace, well-being, and success. You want to try the different one?
I am.
All right.
I know I'm your worst candle lighter. I'm sorry.
Zapped it into life. There we go. I also light a candle for those who suffered disasters on New Year's Eve. Of course, we know of those overseas, but we always have any incidents in households across the U.S. for those who are suffering. I'll read the candles from here as well. From Kevin and Jack Lausch. Please remember Aaron Lausch's parents, Bruce, who fell and broke a hip, and Joellen, who has pneumonia. Aaron is in Canada to be caring for them. And we have two similar candles here. This one from Nancy. Prayers that our leaders will rise up and stop illegal warmongering and international aggression, and prayers for all those injured and terrorized by our actions. And from Susan Mosley, a candle for our deep sorrow and outrage over the U.S. illegal invasion of Venezuela, and also another candle for the human suffering that it brings. And I ask that we light one more candle for those things not yet shared, held in the hearts of people right next to you, and you just don't know what's going on yet. From those who are online and had not communicated with me, we look at the lights of all of these candles and the warmth and their glow and hope for, dear Spirit of love and life, that these are lifted up not only in our hearts but out into the world with our love and with our connection and our care. May these blessings and these lights be shared. I invite you to remain seated and in response to sing Spirit of Life, number 123 if you've got a hymn book, but it'll be on the screen. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice.
Our opening words this morning, there's a little bit of change in the author. The words are by Sylvia Howe, and it's the words for the first Sunday of the new year. We bid you welcome on this first Sunday of the new year. Like Janus, who is a Roman god, we gather with part of us looking backward and part of us looking forward. We gather on the edge of the new year, saddened by our losses, cherishing our joys, aware of our failures, mindful of days gone by. We gather on the cusp of this new year, eager to begin anew, hopeful for what lies ahead, promising to make changes, anticipating tomorrows and tomorrows. We invite you to join our celebration of life, knowing that life includes good and bad, endings and beginnings. We bid you welcome. Come, let us worship together. Our opening hymn is number 350, The Ceaseless Flow of Endless Time.
Good morning. My name's Kevin, and this is the Wisdom for All Ages story today. It's called The Peacock and the Crane, and it's an Aesop's fable. One day, the peacock, puffed up in all its vanity, met the crane, and the peacock spread out its big, gorgeous tail in front of the crane to impress him and to show that it had all the colors of the rainbow, the brightness of the sun in its tail. And the peacock said, "Look, see my beautiful, gorgeous tail, this most beautiful thing around. It's just so amazing to see. And then I look at you and I see the gray feathers that you have there, crane, and I feel a little sad for you." Well, the crane thought for a minute and decided just to show what it feels like to be made to feel so bad. So the crane spread out its wings and it flew off into the sky and flew up higher and higher towards the sun and said, "Follow me if you can." And the peacock was left sitting there in the garden in the dust and the dirt. We sometimes have stress. We sometimes have things that makes us want to kind of chase status, to try and be more than we are, to sometimes maybe make others look worse so we can feel better. And this is just a cute little tale to remind us that we don't rise, we don't become great, we don't do anything of worth by making others feel worse. Our call is to make all feel better and know that they are worthy. And the kids will stay in here for now because we're going to take part in the burning ceremony later.
I know that our spirituality is grounded in need and not what the peacock was about. Hey, look what I've got. I know that a part of our spirituality is, what do I have to give? How do I make a difference? How am I helping others? Now, I don't mind a peacock or two. That's great. But I like green. If you happen to have green in your pocket, in your purse, your billfold, this is a good time for green. I also want to say that each month we switch up the charity of the month that you voted on, and this month will be Transylvania Habitat for Humanity. Our local Habitat for Humanity was founded in 1984 and grown into one of Western North Carolina's leading nonprofits for community service. We'll hear more about it next week as we have one of our Habitat volunteers from within our congregation come and speak to us. But for those of you not familiar, if you put something in the basket, that'll come to the good of this congregation and its presence here in the community. If you put something into the special envelope, that'll be tallied up as a end-of-month donation to Habitat for Humanity. We will now gratefully receive the morning offering.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, John, for joining us.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Ian. What is given in love, we receive with great joy. Thank you. I invite you to center yourselves. Take a deep breath. Maybe shift your body to whatever is most comfortable for the focus of this meditation and prayer. Spirit of love and life, here we are, right at the beginning of a new year. Spirit of love and life, we think of New Year's as a time, as was said of Janice, looking forward and backwards. or of a little babe walking into who knows what for the year. Our prayers are lifted up at this time, knowing how New Year's has brought terrors in the world to many, sadness. Just as we would wish to leave behind the worst of 2025, may we have the strength to face what 2026 will offer us. Spirit of love and life, remind us we are not alone in this world, but connected. Remind us that if we're worried and upset about something, there are people around us who will commiserate, who will have compassion, and that we ourselves in our presence will bring that compassion to others. More importantly, may we be energized, not worn out by what we have experienced, but energized with a new freshness to say, this year I will bring something new to this world that will be my joy in bringing to the greatest needs of those around me. These, the prayers of our hearts and the meditations of our minds, we hold now in the silence. In the names of all those known and unknown, remembered and forgotten, in the names of all the helpers of humankind, we say, Amen, blessed be.
Sometimes when I'm feeling lonesome, no one on earth seems to care. I'm all by myself in the darkness, with no one and nothing to share. Just when it feels like it's hopeless, and I'll never make it alone, I hear the voices of angels tenderly calling me home. Home, come on home. Ye who are weary, come home. Softly and tenderly calling. Home, come on home. Well, I try to keep it together, and I don't let on that I'm scared. Still sometimes I fall to pieces, scattered and lost everywhere. Just when it feels like it's over, and I'll never make it alone, I hear a voice deep inside me, tenderly calling me home. softly and tenderly calling. Home, come on home. Don't be afraid of the darkness. Don't run away from the storm. Stand up and face your reflection. Feelings you try to ignore. And after the tempest is over, and you let yourself come on through, you'll hear a voice in the silence, tenderly calling to you, and it's singing, home, come on home. We who are weary, come home. Softly and tenderly calling, home, come on home. Softly and tenderly calling, home, come on home.
This really brief sermon, because we're going to spend most of our time coming forward, leaving our strips of paper and setting them on fire and saying the magic words and all of that stuff. But this little brief sermon here, I just want to say, now is the new year. Now is the new year. If we were living right now, we would know that we're between. We don't know what's happening in 2026, although we can kind of project that there are going to be bad things happening in 2026. But then again, there are going to be good things too. We're going to maybe see some new babies. We're going to have some chances for those medical treatments to finally take hold and help us navigate life a little better. We're going to have some opportunities to maybe get a new car or give up our driving license. Yeah. Right now, we can't predict exactly what's going to be happening, but we can kind of think ahead. One thing I know, we need a community. We need people who can come together with us. We need folks who are our family. There are a whole lot of movies out there, especially as you go through the holidays, of people finally gathering with family or meeting up with new people and making their own family. And it's a strong point of the winter months to say, hey, I want to just curl up in bed in the darkness, maybe with a good book, and just not associate with anyone else. And yet, that would be an incredible luxury. But yet, we're needed out there. This is a new year. In what way am I going to be involved? Well, I'm really hoping that I make it to more of the Moral Mondays. More could mean 2. Well, but there are people here who make it to every single one of them. Just to show up and say, I'm here and I'm with you. Because there are people in our broader community and in the world who want to know that people are showing up. There might be ways in which I'm showing up in other places that aren't quite as visible and showy. There might be ways in which I'm just sitting in prayers with folks one-on-one. But being together in a time in which we are being told to be split apart, that we're separate, that we shouldn't like those people, we should only like our people, or we really can't trust others. Or maybe we're being told the only way to make it through life is to hide our vulnerability and our sadness and our depression and everything else. But in reality, there's so many people around us who would walk that path with us. I'm going to reach out to Lisa Garcia Sampson of the North Carolina UU Justice Ministries and say, what's going on right now? And I know we have a representative who's on the Friday calls. So what's going on? What can we do? Can we write a letter? Can we make a phone call? Can we do whatever? That's Diane Weaver from our congregation, does that on a fairly regular basis. And maybe we can get some more of that put into the update and ways in which people can say, I'm making a New Year's resolution to do something, to be involved. The main part of what we do right now is to leave behind what we need to leave behind. What is it? Sometimes when we have our meetings in this church, support groups or otherwise, we do a check-in. Sometimes a check-in is just to catch up. Oh yeah, I have a new kitten, you know. And sometimes it's this is what I need to tell you I'm setting aside to be here in this space. And sometimes that's really deep stuff. Somebody may say, one group in another church I was in, the group would start out and say, we're going to have our organ recital now, which is talking about how my kidneys are doing, or my stomach, or my ulcers, and you know, whatever else. Sometimes we need that sharing, and then we can get on to whatever else that is going on. Here's what I'm leaving behind so that I can be present. And some of what may be on that slip of paper is a way in which you're going to promise to leave something behind. What is it? There's a commercial out there going on right now about people who are out running or exercise or whatever, and it says usually by January 9th, half the people have forgotten their New Year's resolutions. I'm not asking you to make a resolution. I'm asking you symbolically at this transitional point to say, I know I need to leave this behind in order to take this moment in this new year moving forward. And maybe it comes up again for you, and maybe you just say, I burned that. Go away. 2 in the morning when you're worrying about it, nope, it's gone. This is important to us. So yeah, now is the new year. But then again, each day the sun comes up is a new day. And each moment we can in fact say, right now I'm making a new choice. I hope you will. I hope you leave behind enough that you can in fact make a new choice. We're going to sing the hymn that kind of fits the New Year's. It's called Ring Out Wild Bells. And then I'm going to have you come forward with your slips of paper, or if you're not as mobile as your neighbor, give it to your neighbor to bring up and put into this nice fireproof bowl. So let's rise and sing together as you're willing and able. Ring Out Wild Bells. It'll be, for those of you with hymn books, number 58. not musicians, that doesn't end on the typical ending chord where you think, what is it, 1 4 5 1. If you know music and it just resolves and you know it's done. It's got nah, nah, because that's the edge of what we're on. I invite you to come forward as you wish to put your slip of paper here, or ask an usher or a neighbor to help bring it forward for you. We have a responsive reading that will appear on the screen. I'll help lead you through this, by Beth Monholland. And as we start this, I'm also, for those of you who are online, I'm putting a slip of paper for you in here to burn symbolically for what you're thinking of. In this new year, may we leave behind the weight of unfulfilled resolutions, of unrealized dreams, and of unrealistic expectations. May we remember that we each carry inside of us a spark of the divine. In this new year, may we carry the weight of memory that reminds us of who we are, and the weight of spirit that reminds us we are still becoming. May we carry the wisdom to seek rest and connection, to lean into mutual care. May we carry the knowledge that happiness and success take many shapes, and one of those shapes is purpose. May we carry curiosity, wonder, and the ability to be surprised. May we carry these prayers and carry each other into the new year. Now, this part you need to watch. Do not blink. Keep your eyes to the front here. I'm going to pull it a half inch away from the pulpit so it does not scorch. I may be in your way as I kind of like reach over and be safe over here. But right now, what I do, the magic that I have as an ordained Unitarian Universalist, the power vested in me, I say 2025, be gone. You will notice there are no ashes, nothing left, no evidence of what was written. May it be for us, each of us, as we enter this new year, 2026. May this magic moment convince us of our unburdened future. Now in benediction. And so this flame was here and gone. And this chalice flame will now be extinguished. May you let go what disappeared with this, and instead may you pick up and carry the chalice flame in your hearts to bring into the world of whatever gifts you have to give to one another, whatever promises new that make you in love. May you go out into this world carrying with a freshness and a spring in your step into the world what you have to give of this light. And then return again here in joy, for you are loved here and you get a fresh start. Blessed be. Amen.
Do us another verse. One more on the banjo.
And why doesn't everybody sing?
Yeah, it's too high for us.
Oh.